The old bamboo, what are you going to do with the old bamboo? Tell you what I'm going to do with all these bamboos. Look at them, they're monsters. You'll be in a minute. Look how long that is. We're going to take these up to the school and use these in the school garden. These are, you can't get bamboos like this. These are fantastic. We can grow our runner beans. We're going to have enormous runner beans. We can get 2 canes out of this, but really thick and really strong. So that's what you do with the old bamboo. Hi, and welcome to another little video from our garden. I'm down on the boardwalk, as we call it, where we do grow, as we say in Wales, where we do grow black bamboo, Phyllostachys Nigra, if you want to talk posh. Here's the kind of mature stem. And this lovely kind of shiny black colour to it. Here is one of this year's stems, and it's amazing how these things grow. That's come from down there all the way up here. That's cool. It's got to be, I've actually cut the top of that already, so it's got to be, it was probably about 6 meters. Actually, here's one. You can see further along. Here we go. That he's going right up there, can you see it? And it's done that in 1 year from a shoot all the way down here. And you can see that the colour starts out in year 1 as green. But then they gradually mature. Here's one behind which is green and black, and then a year or so later you get this lovely kind of black colour. So one of my favourite plants, to be honest. It's kind of a crossover between 2 of my favourite styles of gardening, which is kind of Japanese gardening and kind of tropical gardening, exotic Mediterranean gardening. In fact, whenever I come down this boardwalk, I think back to a visit to the lovely Caribbean island of Tobago, where on their famous Pigeon Point Bay, they have a kind of a boardwalk, a jetty, that is one of the most photographed scenes on that island, and so this kind of boardwalk was built to remind us of that. But also on Tobago, when we went inland, we found that they'd used bamboo specifically for the purpose of kind of erosion prevention. Because of the way that bamboos grow, they kind of send out these if you can see them there, these shoots and massive roots. They kind of hold the soil in place, and they soak up rainwater very effectively. So it was ideal for this bit of banking we got down here. Lovely hedge as well, dense hedge that provides us and our neighbours with some privacy. So it suited our needs, and there is, however, some care that is required. Probably less so with this black bamboo than some of the more vigorous invasive bamboos. So some of the green bamboos and some of the varieties that are out there can really take over and become a problem. But this is what I would describe as a clump forming bamboo. So you can see there's one there, another one there, and another one just there. And these have been in since about 2002, 2003, so that's about 18 years ago, something like that. So although they've become very vigorous and they've kind of filled out nicely, they're not taking over, they're not becoming a real problem, they're not that invasive, they just form a good dense clump. It might help that the soil underneath there was quite dense clay, so we had to dig kind of a big hole in the clay and mix some decent soil in there. So that clay has perhaps restricted some of the growth, but it's generally regarded as one of the less invasive bamboos, but still very effective at providing a lovely evergreen screen. Damp but kind of reasonably well drained soil, so it does well in in Wales because of the abundant rain that we get. Doesn't like to get too exposed to wind, although I have to say we're on the southwest side of this Welsh mountain here, and we do get a lot of gales and wind here, but it seems to have thrived no problem. A couple of things that need to be done during the summer months. One is to trim off some of the you don't have to do this, but it's helps create this kind of visibility of the black stem. This is to trim off some of the side shoots. Now, how am I going to do this whilst holding the camera? Let's get the old secateurs. There you go. So where you see shoots coming through on the side there, we just take, oh, that wasn't very good. There you go. There we take those shoots off, and there's another one there I can see coming from that green shoot. Let's take him off. Take them back, and you gradually expose them more and more of the black stem, which provides you with I need to go through these and do a bit more of it actually. There's another one there. Just provides you with more and more of the exposed stem there, which is lovely. Further up towards the canopy, if you like, I leave the foliage there so that we've got that kind of screen for our neighbours and for ourselves. But occasionally we get some branches that have grown the wrong way. Sometimes we need to cut those out, and there's one, that big one there. Look at him. Look at, he's a monster. He's got to be 20 foot, amazing in 1 year, but he's leaning over where we don't want him. You might notice as well that the the leaves seem to have disappeared. Now there's this strange phenomena that we've discovered over the last couple of years, that when the new growth comes, when you get the new growth on our black bamboos anyway, the sparrows, the local birds, little sparrows, come along in there, well, almost like a gang of them, probably 10, 15, 20 of them at a time, and they strip the leaves. In fact, I can hear one chirping away now. Yeah, you like them, don't you, mate? They strip the leaves off. There's one further back, you can just see maybe where they've left the leaves there for some reason, but this one here is a good example of one where they've just completely stripped the leaves off. So we're not quite sure why they do that. I've looked online, and there's other people who have reported this happening, but we're not quite sure why. So I'm going to cut out that big long stem there. I'm just wondering whether or not to cut him down to kind of about this height here, maybe down to 6-8 foot, and I'll still have another 10 foot or more of fresh bamboo that I can use in the garden. That's the other advantage of these bamboos, is that you can make your own bamboo canes out of them, which are probably much thicker than the ones that I would get in the local garden centres. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in stages. I'm going to cut it back so far and then review the situation. So let's have a look. Let's take him back to there. It's my birthday soon, and I'm going to get myself a pair of Phyllostachys secateurs, which are regarded by some to be the best secateurs in the country. It's taken me 60 years to get to the point where I can afford to buy a pair of them. So there we go. I've cut off the top there. I think I'm going to leave him for the time being. There's some more long ones there that have had a lot of their top leaves stripped off. I'm going to cut those back as well, and I'm going to work through the rest of these stems here and take off some of those those side shoots there. There we go. That's about finished. That looks kind of clearer. We can see the black stems, and we can see the greener stems from this year. And we've maintained our privacy, and we've got the little canopy up above there, but we've exposed some of those lovely black stems, and I can still hear the sparrows waiting to jump back in and see if they can strip a few last leaves off the top there. So there we go, that's what we do with our black bamboo in summer. And if you've got any questions, any comments, particularly if you've experienced sparrows or little birds stripping the leaves off your lovely bamboos, we'd love to find out a bit more about that, and we'd love to hear from you via the comment section just below this video. And thank you very much. There you go, a quick interlude to show you the sort of bamboo canes that we get. Man, you go fishing with that.
Yeah, they would make it.
So there's the other added bonus of having black bamboos in your garden, is you've got an endless supply of really good bamboo sticks. I'm going to leave the side shoots on. Normally if you buy them in the garden centre, these will have all been trimmed off, but on these ones here I'm going to leave them on because that's perfect for beans and peas. Wow, you can get some whoppers on there. Anyway, back to the trimming.